Right. Let's get this going. Here. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today. Let's say hello to everybody. Right. All right. Let's make sure everybody could see my screen okay, and then we will get started. I'm here a little bit early today. Figured the early bird gets the worm. Good morning, Robert, John, Arnulfo, Ed, Brian, Flying Ronan, Bill, Dave, David, Lydia, Jill, Robert, another Robert, Brian, James, Richard. Hope you had a nice weekend. Karen's here. Good morning. Christian's here. Eduardo's here. Vertuvian's here. Javad is there. Mr. Spider Monkey from Tennessee's here. I love the Spider Monkey name. Thomas, Harold, Hopium, Steve, Stephen, Richard. Got a lot of Richards here. We got Richard, Jean. Good morning, Jean. Hope you had a nice weekend. Sherman, JB, Gregory. We have Penny. Good morning, Penny. Tom, Richard from Puente Gorda, Richard, Louis, Pat, Stan, JB, Art, Omar. Hey, Omar. Omar had a nice email I got from him this weekend. I'll show it to you guys in a few minutes. We got Don, we got Frank, we got Sassy Trainer, we got Jeff, we got Deanna, we got Matt, we got Mitch. Brian, good morning, Brian. Thank you for humoring me this weekend. I don't know how you came up with that so fast, but I can't wait to try it out. Brian, I asked Brian to hook me up with something, and he 20 minutes later, the guy sends me an email. You must have been scheming it all along, Brian. But I'm going to test it out today, and then I'll look at it. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I'm really anxious this morning. I already sent Matt an email. Richard, Illinois grain farmer. Julian from France. Look at you from France. We got other people. Omar's from France too. Devin, Harry, Steven, CJ, Dave, Keyhawk fan, Jody, Piet de Brock from Netherlands. James, Andrew, Santiago, Eagle Beagle. Good morning, everybody. Just a reminder, since we're getting so international here, just a reminder, I will be out of town here. I'm going out of town to Germany right here. I'll be out from the 29th all the way to the 5th. So I decided to go during the Independence Day holiday, not to bother anybody, so that I won't interfere with trades. So I'm going to Germany. I will not be here and I will not be looking at the market. This is my first time in 20 years that I will not be looking at the market. So if you guys want to plan a little holiday, that's a good time to do it. Okay? That's a really, really good time to do it. All right. With Cheese Grade Trader, Eagle Beagle, Kirk, Genevieve, Bob, Bernadette, Liam. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, let me give you guys some goodies. Today, in the VIP room, I'll be taking apart the ProTrader Dashboard. You know what I'll be talking about today? Why is opening range breakout important? Selecting the right candidate with liquidity, key support and resistance level, morning day trade scalps versus afternoon overnight trades, selecting whether we're going to do a swing trade or a scalp, selecting the right option, using the scanner. So let me give you the full agenda. That's the marketing agenda. Let me give you the full agenda. I'm breaking it out today, folks. How to utilize the ProTrader Dashboard step by step What is the market doing and what's the major catalyst? Starting with my watch list, paying attention to major catalyst, opening range breakout, why it's important, selecting the right candidate, liquidity, overextension, key support, resistance, morning versus afternoon trade, selecting the right option. Every step on how to choose the stock using the ProTrader Dashboard step by step. And if you behave yourself, I may even have a couple of trades for you. Now, tell me, is that not a good VIP room session today? Is that not a good VIP session today? All right. So that's for the VIP room. Let me give you customer service live. Let me get the Cam and Gustavo link for you right here. I may have to update my link. Here it is. Cam and Gustavo, I hope you and Jax had a good weekend. Here's the link for customer service live. I hope you guys check it out. Steve said it's great. All right. And I'm not charging anything. Richard says it's worth every penny. I'm not charging you anything. I'm going to go through the complete ProTrader Dashboard. Now, what are the benefits? Here's the question for you that you may be asking me. What is the benefit of using the ProTrader Dashboard? Well, let me show you. It's a lot of promotional stuff here. This is Omar, who's here right now, actually. He's from France. Omar has been using the ProTrader Dashboard to generate a 95% win rate for the last month. 5 losses. Does that sound familiar? Do you know anybody who has a 95% win rate? Gee, I wonder who that is. He made $42,000, and here's all his trades. And he was following. It seems that Omar was following my directions very, very well, actually. And here's all his trades. That's what you get when you. And here's Hedva, HG, excuse me, and she had a profit factor, a win rate of 92%, a profit factor of 16. 92% win rate, profit factor of 16. But that's different. But this is what you get with the ProTrader Dashboard if you follow. So what's in it for you? Do you have a 95% win rate? Do you want a 95% win rate? Do you want to see how I trade in the pit? Because I use the ProTrader Dashboard to trade in the pit. So Richard has a 90% plus win rate. Omar has a 90% plus win rate. HG has a 90% plus win rate. Do you guys, what do they all have in common, do you think? Let's see. Let's see if we could figure out the answer to that question. Well, the answer is, I haven't heard from Dr. Serena. Is she here? I haven't heard back from her. So in case you guys want to hear how I use the ProTrader Dashboard to generate those returns, you may want to, hey, William, good morning. You may want to go to this class, the VIP room today at noon. Not bad, right? Not bad. We already have 309 people here. Oh, folks, by the way, do me a big favor. Please hit the thumbs up button. And also, if you're watching this, make sure you're watching at 1080p, okay? Because it likes to put it at lower levels. So, Ringo, where's the commercial, Ringo? I'm literally... Ringo, does this sound like a commercial to you? Does this sound like... Folks, does this sound like a commercial to you? Paying attention to the major catalyst, opening range breakout, liquidity, extension, key support and resistance, evening trade versus morning trade. These are all the topics I'm covering in the VIP room today. Ringo, I don't know where you get the commercial from, but ain't no commercials here. I'm teaching for a straight hour, buddy. And if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. You know? All right. Okay, my question for today is, you should ask people, Ringo, if Thursday and Friday they had a education or a commercial when I was teaching them and giving them trades on income trades on Friday. Most people would say it was not an advertisement. It was a real heavy-duty trading session. I haven't looked at your email yet. I'll have to look at your email. I don't know about your email. I don't send emails. That's right, Carlos. And Carlos, I want you there too. Carlos, we want you in that club. Both of you, Carlos. I got 2 cool Carlos. I got to get both of you in there. All right. By the way, somebody asked me to turn the captions on. I hope it doesn't bother anybody that the captions are on. And the captions are on. I'm going to have a hardcore education session at noon today. It's going to last 2.5 hours. You'd be foolish to miss it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, now, what's the catalyst for today? What are the catalysts for today? I wrote them all down right here, right there. They're all right there. So we can't play the catalyst. What are the catalysts for today, folks? Can anybody help me with the catalysts? While you're thinking about this, let me give you a gift. See what I'm giving so far. I'm giving and giving and giving, and I'm not getting anything. Here's something that'll help you. This is the sheet with all the earnings that are out this week. I'm going to post it right now. Second. All right, I just posted it in the Telegram channel. Thank you, Eagle Beagle. I appreciate that. Come on, guys. We got to have a catalyst. What are our catalysts this week? Perfect, Jeff. Perfect. 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 It is very helpful. And it comes out Monday usually like an hour before the market opens. Well, I have them all right here. Let's see if you guys first catalyst is staring us right in the face. Campbell Soup. Well, Roger, Campbell Soup's not really a big stock. Can it be a catalyst? Yeah. It's a big consumer staple stock. So is Dollar General, and so is Dollar Tree. So these three stocks are going to be catalysts, whether you like it or not. Today, CPB. So catalyst number one, consumer staples. What's the second catalyst? Can anybody tell me? Remember 8-day moving average? Bond market? Is that a catalyst? How about the US dollar breaking below this red line? Is that a catalyst? But they're minor catalysts. They're not major catalysts. They're all because of what's happening in global economy. So let me give you my catalysts, okay? Let me give you my catalysts. I don't want to get into it too deep because we've been doing this every day. And I don't think you'll be able to guess everyone's all the catalysts today, but I'll give them to you, okay? Consumer staples due to Campbell Soup. Tariffs due to the fact that we have no deal with China and we never had a deal with China and we're not going to have a deal with China because we need China a hell of a lot more than China needs us. And China knows that. Don't let anyone know this little secret, but China knows that. The only person that doesn't seem to know it is our administration. And I think they're starting to get a handle of it too. So China, big, big catalyst. We're not getting along with China. China tariffs is huge, which is impacting US dollar and the bond market. So we could say renewed global tension causing price differentiation to US dollar and the bond market, plus consumer staples. What else? What else? What else? What else is a major catalyst? This is huge. Manufacturing. This manufacturing today is going to be very important. Construction spending too, but this is going to be the catalyst right here. ISM manufacturing. Everybody's eyes on US manufacturing right now. That's a major catalyst. Okay. What else is a major catalyst? What else is a major catalyst today? How about metals, cars, metals, and Tesla? Why Tesla? What happened to Tesla? Anytime a mega cap gets upgraded or downgraded, it becomes a catalyst. Steel stocks, healthcare stocks. Healthcare stocks give us a positive catalyst today. Steel stocks give us a negative catalyst today. Tesla gives us a negative catalyst today. Aside from that, you have tariffs, manufacturing. Tariffs equals USD TLT, non-precious metals, cars and Tesla. Now, I don't know if you guys could see this or not. Tariffs, manufacturing, Fed, USD TLT, consumer staples, non-precious metals, cars Tesla. Right there. Not making it up. Nothing to make up. Right there. Drew it right there for you. Oh, excuse me. Right here for you. Right there. So there's no cheating. Ha. Richard, have they gone up, the prices on Dollar Trees? In Dollar Tree, has prices gone up substantially? Because he's smart, Carlos. One of the best traders that I know, guys. One of the best traders. He lives in North Carolina. He lives in a $400,000 house. He probably makes about 200,000 to 300,000 every month. You know why? He puts all of that money into the S&P 500 every month, and he just holds on to it every month. That's all he does. Okay? You don't have to be a big spender to be a big money maker. Like Carlos, I live way below my means. Like way below my means. Like way below my means. And I'm proud of it. All right, let's talk about the market today. Now we have all the catalysts. You guys have all the earnings. So in the last 15 minutes, we've covered all the catalysts for today. We've counted all the earnings that are important today. I gave you guys all the big movers that are today. Now they have a $5 Hey, do they still have the 90? I was wondering over the weekend. The reason I'm mentioning it, Richard, is because I was thinking over the weekend. 99-cent store. What do they call it now? The $5 store? Seriously. Do they call it a $5 store, or do they call it the 99-cent store still? All right, let me give you the link again for people who are just coming in. We are going to have the most amazing 2-hour VIP room you have ever seen in your life today. I promise. It'll be a lot of fun. And don't forget, Customer Service Live. Cam, what are you covering today? Gustavo, what's on the agenda today? What's cooking? What's shaking? What's baking? Give me the latest. Yep, called five and below. $1.50 now. Okay. All right. $10 section for eggs. Ay vey. All right. All right. So markets are down today. We know already why they're down. We're not getting peace from China and Trump. Metals are down. A lot of global turmoil. Let's see if this is meaningful or not. As far as Fed data, I already told you we got PMI manufacturing construction spending, but PMI is going to be important. Plus, we have Fed speakers later today. Already warned you we have CPB today. CPB is a consumer staple stock. Does it matter for market cap? No, but they're related. They're highly, highly related. Like CPB is very much related to Dollar General and Dollar Tree and Five Below and all this. Thank you, Five Below and all this other stocks. They're very much related, and consumer staples is a big sector. We got to pay attention to it. What is gold doing? Well, I hate to say I told you so, but remember, I've been bullish on gold this entire time. I haven't been bearish on gold, but I've been telling you guys to buy some right here, a little bit above where we're at right now, but a little bit below of where we're at right now, with the idea of using 3,500 or near 3,500, like 34.70, 38, as an area of liquidation, waiting for a pullback and then buying again. I think we're going to be stuck a little bit till this tariff thing is done. I think we're going to be hanging out this area for quite some time. And as you could see, I told you guys to buy as we're entering the 8-day EMA, and I gave you another buy signal right here, kind of where we're at right now, really. I'm still bullish on gold, and I would recommend you hold on to it till we get into the mid to high three, four, 450s, 500, around that level. Michael says ratings upgrade, Zach's investment. I don't really care about that, Michael. I don't know why you're posting that here. I'm gonna consider this spamming, and I'm gonna throw that. I'm gonna remove you from here. There you go. Your comment has been removed. Please don't post ticker symbols here that are not approved by me, because people here may think people should be buying them, and they should be not buying them. The only stocks you should be buying are the ones that I'm telling you about, for obvious reasons. Bond market. What's the bond market doing? Well, first of all, anytime the bond market's down over 1%, we got to pay attention to it, or up over 1%. Not only is it down over 1%, but it's now below the 8-day EMA. I warned you here that the 8-day EMA has been holding up pretty damn well. We were above the 8-day EMA only 2 days in a row, and now we're well below the 8-day EMA, and the next level is 84. The next level is 84. Okay? All right. Got to keep an eye on you guys. And if you haven't given us a thumbs up yet, just one time, please click the link. I just gave myself a thumbs up. I cheated, but that's okay. US dollar. What is US dollar doing? Well, you could see exactly what US dollar doing. Remember this line I drew? Remember this line I drew? We're at 98.74. We're down half a basis point. Bond market and US dollar are not giving me a picture of feeling warm and fuzzy here, okay? I don't feel warm and fuzzy here at all. At all. Okay? At all. What about China? China's below our area right here. This is our breakdown area. If you look at a weekly, you could see that there's a strong symmetrical triangle, and it looks like we're trying to break down to the downside. These weekly triangles are based on fundamentals. Weekly data is pretty fundamentally. And you could see we're breaking down. The next level is going to be this VWAP level. But honestly, I would be cautious that we're going to come right back where we started from, that China's not going to amount to anything, that we're going to come right back into this area. Now, for now, we're pinched between the 8-day and all of these levels. We may either stay here or come down, but we do have a lot of support here. It works both ways. Okay? This thing, you know what it's great for? Not just hearing yourself talk, but also for scratching your nose. It's perfect for that. Crude oil. Crude oil is starting to rally, opposite of what I expected to see. Honestly, I don't know why crude oil is rallying right now with the global economy doing what it's doing. It must be some fundamental news. I haven't read it yet. But this is actually not bad for the economy, okay? This is actually not bad for the economy. Is OPEC doing something? Does anybody know why energies are up today? I'll find out in a few minutes, but I'm not really seeing a good reason for energies to be up, because if we have problems with China and global markets and bonds are down and US dollars down, that increases, and gold is up, that increases the odds of a recession. And crude oil plummets when there's a recession. So I don't see why we're above this area, but I do want to remind you that we have not gotten above this shaded spot yet. We're still in this area. And we tried pulling this on the stock market last week, remember? Just like this. This was the pattern of the stock market last week. It looked like it was going to break out, and I told you, as long as we're still in this gray area, there's no soup, and we came right back down. We'll get into that in a minute. Yeah, I don't think, no, it's not Russia-Ukraine escalation. That would cause crude oil to go down. OPEC raised output, so oil should be going down. Exactly. Bad connection, Sassy Trainer. Raise output. That raising output means plummeting prices. I'm a little confused, but again, just keep an eye on that. Very, very, very important. All right, let's break everything down. So again, for anybody who's new here, we have the catalysts. We have tariffs, manufacturing, Fed, China Fed, tariffs. We'll just call it tariffs. And it's impacting renewed tariff fear with China, which is impacting bonds and US dollar and China. Let's just kind of round it all out. Consumer staples, positive for consumer staples. Non-precious metals. It could be because of non-precious metals. It could be because of non-precious metals. That's one reason it could be. No, Dave, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's more than that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I smell a rat. But again, I don't have strong opinions. And Tesla cars, non-precious metals, Tesla meaning mags, mega caps, cars because of non-precious metals. That's the whole tariff Trump thing going on. And folks, have you noticed I've been talking about it less and less and less because everybody's talking about it now. Usually I talk about things when nobody's talking about them. When everybody's talking about them, there's nothing really there. Do you guys remember the first time I mentioned tariffs in December? You guys almost cursed me out and locked the key on me. I got so many dirty emails. How dare you talk about tariffs? And oh boy. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the stock market. Maybe we could find out more catalysts. Now, you notice I always talk about this. I always bring this up after we do commodities and after I tell you what the tariffs are. Why? Because this sheet usually tells you, because I'll tell you why. Because going through gold, bonds, US dollar, and China and crude oil, and also Bitcoin helps us helps us get into the groove of really seeing what's moving the market on a global basis. Because remember, what are we doing? We're going from the big picture to the smaller picture, bigger picture to the smaller picture, right? So what do we want to start with? We want to start with the biggest picture, global economy. There's a major support level for Bitcoin right here, by the way. And yeah, right there. Major support right here. If we break this level, we could consolidate here for a while. If we break this level, we're going to come down to the 54 level. And I'm just using this as a proxy for Bitcoin. It follows Bitcoin tick for tick in case you trade Bitcoin. Do you remember how many of you were getting excited and how many gurus were telling you Bitcoin is breaking out? It's time to buy Bitcoin. And I said, no, it's not. We need to see what happens when it tests this area. It tested this area and came right back down. So now we need to see what happens when it tests this area. Okay. How do you change to 1080p, Barry? Here, look. You go right here to this wheel, this little wheel right here. You go to, my nose is itching like crazy. You go to, I must have allergies. You go to quality and you set to 1080p. And if you think you have it, check twice, because a lot of times I think I have it at 1080p and then I come and check it and then it automatically switches you to a lower. So you gotta put it you don't put it on auto, put it on 1080p, force it to 1080p. Force it to 1080p. Okay? And while you're there, how about a thumbs up? All right. So far, is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful to you guys? I'm putting you in timeout, Michael Anthony, and you know why. I'm putting you in timeout for 24 hours, Michael Anthony. All right, you're in timeout, Michael Anthony. No spamming here. No spamming. All right, so we have a good idea so far. Remember, part of me doing this is not just telling you how the market works today, but it's teaching you how to do what I'm doing. I want you to learn to do what I'm doing, okay? All right. So notice we're looking at what's the market, the big picture, the 20,000 view. Do we want to go to, how far is this bar? How much gas is it going to take us to get there? Is it worth going there? We know we're going to go there to meet a girl, but we don't know if we want to yet. We want to check all the earnings. We want to check the Fed data. We want to check gold. We want to check the bond market. We want to check US dollar. We want to check China. We want to check Bitcoin. Then we want to get deeper in. Do you understand? Thank you, David. So do you understand why we do this? Because by now we have a much better idea of what we're dealing with on the bigger picture. So now we go into the smaller picture. Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious when they're going to change the price to the $5 store, right? The $5 store. That would be kind of funny. That would be a good name, the $5 store. Okay, so we can see markets are down. Escalating global tension weights on investor risk appetite. I don't want to get too deep into this because everybody already knows this. President Trump said he would double tariffs on steel and aluminum starting Wednesday, and he's going to back out of that probably less than 25 days because we can't sustain that. He's just being very angry. President Trump also alleged that China violated the trade truce agreed in mid-May. They didn't agree to anything. which is what I told you. They didn't agree to anything. The Chinese ministry stated that on Monday, rejecting U.S. president's claims, said it's U.S. that has seriously undermined the consensus reached. They China's just sitting quietly and doing this and saying, come on, you know you want those little parts. You want those parts, those technology and little glass parts you weren't able to get during COVID. You know you can't live without them, USA. You know you can't do anything without them. And they're right, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they're right. Yep. That was something constantly said on a driving picture. You're more get the big picture, keep your eye moving. Yep. I know, but I want the dollar store to change their name to the $5 store. Mm. So and Besant now, when Besant says the president will have to get involved, that means there's a big problem. All right, Friday's trading session, Ulta surged over 11%. We talked about that already. Zscaler, another major catalyst. Palantir was a big catalyst. All this is already priced into the market, unfortunately. This is market had a time to trade after all this was announced, unless some of this was announced after hours and it wasn't. Okay. U.S. Department released data. Core PC came in just fine. University of Michigan was revised higher. It was fine. Now here's a new catalyst. Governor Waller said today, Monday, this hasn't been able to be priced in yet. This is just starting to come out right now. He sees a path to interest rate cuts later this year. I agree with him. I think they are going to have to cut rates later this year. I was thinking July, August, but he's saying September. Given his expectations, the tariffs will raise unemployment and temporarily push up inflation. Assuming that the effective tariff rate settles close to my lower tariff scenario, the underlying inflation continues to make progress and that the labor market remains solid. So he's saying that there's issues on the horizon. Meanwhile, U.S. futures currently are pricing in 2 interest rate cuts this year. First one expected in October. Remember what I told you guys. I'm thinking August, September. They're saying October. They were saying July before. Now they were saying July, August. Now they're saying October. I'm thinking August, September. And let me give you a link for anybody who's coming in new here. You honestly cannot afford to miss my VIP room today. For anybody who's coming in new, I just posted a link. Let me tell you what I'm doing. The gloves are coming off today. How to use the ProTrader Dashboard to get 95% win rate. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Paying attention to the major catalyst, opening range breakout and why it's important, morning trades versus evening trades, selecting the right option, every step on how do I choose a stock using the ProTrader Dashboard step by step for day trades, scalps, and swing trades. At noon today, the link is posted. Oh yeah, the link is posted. Let me give you Customer Service Live. Here's Customer Service Live, also known as the Jax, Gustavo, and the Cam Show. All right. So non-farm payroll will be a major event this week. We got plenty of time to get into that. Today, the major impact is going to be ISM manufacturing, and it's happening at 10. These 3 reports together. And what I'm hoping is they'll spruce sentiment back up. Another key set for gauging impact of tariff uncertainty is the latest ISM figure on manufacturing and service sector activity. Well, guess what? That comes out today. We know that tariffs are huge right now, so this manufacturing index is very important. I highlighted it right here. That comes out today, folks. All jokes aside, you will need to be watching this like a hawk. And yes, I will be updating you in the here. Let me post this real quick because you guys need to know this information. Yeah. 1 second. You see what I just posted for you in the Telegram channel? The free Telegram channel? I mean that. Yes, it's free. Two-tone boxing. I just posted a link for you. It's totally free. And here's a link for you. VIP room at noon. I used to charge $5,000 for the VIP room. All right. If you guys want to miss out one of the best sessions, a 2.5 hour session on day trading and swing trading and scalping, then it's a world of free will and self-determination. All right, let's continue. But I'm telling you that it's Monday. Usually we don't have big news on Monday. Today we do. Hold on a second. Capiche? You understand? I just posted it again for you guys. Monday, usually we don't have big data. This is big data. All right. Big data. ISM today. Today. All right. They let me go. Only time I was ever fired. Didn't complain. Capiche? Here. Let me write that too. Here, let me change that to capiche. I love my capiches. There we go. That's it. So we're going to be watching for earnings. We have AVGO, CrowdStrike. None of these happen till tomorrow. The only thing right now you need to keep an eye on is Campbell's soup. Otherwise, no soup for you. Kicking you butt. I worked at assembly line at GM in Van Nuys. Oh, I used to love driving on Van Nuys and on the Van Nuys auto roll when I was a kid. Fed Beige Book is going to come out this week. That doesn't come out till later. We got plenty of time. This is just telling us what's on the table this week. I only care about today. I don't care about this week. Powell's going to be speaking, and yeah, he will be speaking today. Manufacturing. This is what I was talking about. We got manufacturing data. All right. Global manufacturing data. Construction spending. It's all coming out between 9:45 and 10 o'clock. I will be updating you, okay? Europe is down 0.5 point, escalating global tension. We already know why. China, Trump, the whole, Auto stocks plunged on Monday after President Trump announced double tariff on import steels. This will impact car prices and non-precious metals. Roger, will this impact gold and silver? No, no. This is manufacturing metals, not defensive metals, okay? Okay? Fresh data showed a steep drop in French car registrations. Luxury and tech stocks also lost ground. That's very bad. That's deflation. That's inflationary, and that's depressionary when luxury stocks lose. Japan closed lower again. Same thing. Auto stocks slumped, and auto stocks are related to Tesla. Tesla is slumping for different reasons. Tesla slumping because everybody's turning on Elon Musk. The whole drug addict, the whole all that negative stuff that's coming out. I told you that it would. I told you that it would happen, that it's going to not be good for him to what he's doing, and he's regretting it now a lot. Tesla fell pre-market after data showed the company's news car sales plunged they're doing really bad in Europe. They're doing really bad in the US, and now he's personally he's going to get a lot of pressure from the company to leave in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to tell you that. All right. Stock surge. President Trump, steel stocks, CLF, steel stocks are up today. We also have a nice catalyst for healthcare. We got 2 healthcare stocks that are up. Usually when 2 major stocks from a sector are up, it will impact the sector. And Boeing is up. It got an upgrade, although I don't think this is going to really impact anything. We have manufacturing data today and industrial data. Us more weeks of instability. Oh, absolutely. He's really pissed off about that, Jeff. He has a very thin skin, and he's very upset about that. He's very, very upset about that. The problem is, I'm going to tell you the biggest problem that President Trump has, in my opinion, since he started this presidency. And I'm going to be very accurate, and I'm not going to call anyone names. And I'm going to be very factual because I want you guys to actually respect what I'm saying right now. And I think most of you would agree with me. The biggest problem that President Trump has had so far is I think he's underestimating other global leaders. I think that he believed that global leaders would bend over for him, and he's finding out that they have no interest in doing so. And I think that's grossly uh, under producing what he had. But I think ultimately that is the if I was to put one major issue in a very productive way without slinging mud or without talking shit or without calling people names, I think our President Trump has grossly underestimated the reaction from other global leaders. Let me give you a good example, okay? He thought he could put the end. He thought he could bully Putin and Zelensky. He thought he can bully China and Canada and China and Mexico. And I think that, if I was to say one of the biggest, if not the single biggest error that he has made so far, he has grossly underestimated other global leaders. And I think whether you're a fan or not, whether you're political or not, I think everybody would agree with that statement. I think he's grossly underestimated the reaction that he's getting from other global leaders. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's my political spiel for today, okay? And I think everybody would agree with me too. I think it's kind of obvious at this point. I don't know, but I'm telling you that like if I take the global view, the big picture, and I look at the last 4 months, that to me is like a big like slap in the face. You could not agree with me more on that. I said this is pretty, and I think anybody who, whether you are political or not, I think if we were to look at this from a big perspective, I think that see, people agree. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And folks, I'm not talking shit. I'm not slinging mud. If I was to give constructive criticism, I would say, dear President, I think you're underestimating other global leaders and how much we could do versus how much say we have in the global environment. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. I didn't want to say anything else. I don't want to offend anybody. So let's talk volatility. Volatility is still near 20. All right? Yes, Cam, well, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. I think our president is learning that we need foreign governments just as much or more than they need us. Yeah, exactly. So again, please don't be upset at me. And I think I'm being very, very factual. Your method of presenting this is 100% correct. I hope he listens and figures out. Well, Afa Diaz, I want you to know something. We have people from the White House who watch this video, who watch these videos, who watch my videos. More than one person in the White House watches my video. I'm not going to give names, but I'm telling you that we have more than one person who goes into the White House who watches our videos. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Volatility is slightly below 20, but it's still at this level. Nothing will happen. Folks, we're not going to get elasticity in the stock market till volatility drops below 20. I think you guys have seen that already. Roger, how come you haven't been giving us a lot of trades? Because volatility is above 20. We less money. You have about 35%. You have about 35%. He doesn't, Terrence. He doesn't. He's a yes man. He's always been a yes man. We have about 35% do not take positions when VIX get 20. Let me explain to you why. You have different classes of mutual funds. Folks, I'm going to talk about something really, really important right now. So please, please, please. Uh, um, 25 to 35% of all institutional investors do not engage with the stock market when volatility is above 20 or near 20. 25 to 35%. Now, what type of funds? Value funds. Value funds. Do you know what kind of stocks value funds buy? Manufacturing, Dow type of stocks. That includes NVIDIA. When you have volatility right here, funds just say no. Just like when you have stocks below the 50-day moving average, a certain class of funds will stop buying. When you have volatility over 20, value funds will stop buying because risk gets too high. Volatility gets too high. You don't really want to see me on CNBC. We look, folks, let's not get political here. I'm trying to be constructive and I'm trying to be respectful and I'm trying to be objective. What I said right now was constructive criticism. I'm not trying to be mean. So I'm fearful that we're going to get to 21-22 area. I want you to keep an eye on 21-22 area. Okay? Keep an eye on volatility today. Please keep your eye on volatility today. And remember something else. It's Monday. Mondays are typically rotational days. Okay? What about what about stock market sectors? Let's talk about stock market sectors. You have you have 49% of stocks trading below the 50-day moving 200-day moving average. That's not great. But you do have a good amount trading above the 50-day moving average. Yes, it's dicey, John. That's exactly what it'll be. Um, as far as the broad market, only 36% of stocks are trading above the 200-day moving average. Small caps, as you could see right here, Russell 2000, 31%. Small caps are not buying what the market is selling. The NASDAQ composite is not buying what the market is selling. Folks, I want you to know that the NASDAQ composite and the S&P 500 have less than 50% of stocks trading above. Now, what sector is leading right now? What sector is leading? What is this? What sector is leading right now? Let me ask you guys a question. What does rotational mean, Rick? It means moving back and forth, like up and like this, like going from the highest to the lowest sector. These are each sector, Rick. Look. This is, I think, discretionary is rotating. When these go up and down, Rick, they rotate with each other. These are all the sectors. See how they're rotating? How one goes up, one goes down, how this one goes down, and how this one goes up. So I want to ask you guys a question. What sector is this? What sector is this? What sector is this? What sector is that? Can anybody try again, Bob? Do you want to try again? You guys want to try again? Do you see it disappearing? Do you see it appearing? Yes. I got a question for you guys. I got a question. No, guys, it's financial. It's right here. Look, you see this right here? Look, it's going to disappear. Ta-da! And now it's going to appear. You see how it appears and disappears? Okay. 4 months ago, no, 5.5, no, excuse me, 6 months ago, what sector did I tell you is going to lead in a shitty environment that we're going to be in right now? I'm literally pointing at it. It's financial. You don't have to guess. It's financial. What sector did I tell you? What was my beginning of the year? What was my prognosis on what sector is going to lead? Do you guys remember? Fintech, 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 financials, CME, ICE, fintech. What's leading right now? Jeff, Jeff. You mean like this stock that's making an all-time high? Or do you mean like this stock that's making an all-time high? Is that what you're talking about, Jeff? You mean those fintechs? I sure did, Jeff. Guess what stocks are on my list today? How many months ago did I tell you this? I have a very long term memory, a lot longer than a freaking elephant. Financials, financials, financials are leading. So, was I right about fintech leading? 6 months ago is what I told you. 6 months ago. Okay, let's continue. Overall, when you take all the stocks into account and you take the small caps into account, pretty cool though, right? Do you want to see my long-term options holdings? Good. Folks, this is the problem. 39% of stocks are trading above the 200-day moving average. We're not in a good place right now. Let's break down some technicals, okay? Good. Yep, XLF. Yeah. Yeah. Fintech is a very, all right, let's continue. It pays to come here, guys. Literally, it pays to come here. Bob's like, not really, Jeff. Eagle Beagle, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you had a good weekend. And I hope your mom is. Give us an update on your mom. That's what we need to know. We need an update on your mom, Eagle Beagle. Okay. I'm having too much fun with you guys. I have to get to work soon. SPY. Let's look at SPY. I really saved your butt last week with this analysis. A lot of people went long right here. A lot of people went long here and got their ass handed to them. We didn't, because it only did this overnight after the market opened and went right here. And I told you next level is the 8-day EMA. The question now is, do we come back here? Let me make this. The question now is, do we come back to the high or do we go down all the way to the low? We're not anywhere near breakout levels now. We're now well into this area. And by the way, somebody around here warned you that there's a quicksand around here and drew this for you 3 weeks ago, 2.5 to 3 weeks ago. His name is RS and Clyde. And now we're right back in the middle of this area. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I did. I did. I did. So we now are squarely in here, and now we're just going to chop around. I think we're going to play between the 200-day. You may want to write these numbers down. I am 577 to right here, about 595-ish, I think, 593-ish. Let's see. I don't know. My chart doesn't want to go there all the way. Five. Guess 590 something right here. 593, 592 and a half, 592 and a half, 577 and a half to 592 and a half. Sorry about that. All right. QQQ. Let's look at QQQ, see how we're looking. Same shit, different day. How many, do you remember what I was saying right here? Don't do it. Wait for confirmation. Don't do it. Wait for confirmation. Don't do it. Wait for confirmation. And I said, wait for us to go back to the 8-day EMA and see if we can break out again. Now I'm going to want to see if we can break out again and confirm this price level, or if we're going to go down here. If I was a betting man, I would say going down here. But I think we're going to stay in this area for a while. Why? As I told you, we have quicksand here. There's a lot of stuff here and above us too. And we're at the 8-day right now. And today's Monday. Mags, let's look at mega caps. Remember, folks, we have news today at 9:45. Same thing with mega caps. And we have Tesla on the chopping block today via negative update. By the way, I want to ask you guys a question. Just write yes or no. Do you guys believe all these rumors about Elon Musk and drugs? If you do, write yes. If you don't, write no. I honestly couldn't care less. I just want to hear what the sentiment is. That's right, Carlos. That's right. Do you guys believe Elon Musk with all this drug talk, or do you not believe it? Yes or no? Richard says no. Mark says yes. Bob says no. No, yes, no. Okay. Do you guys want to know my opinion? I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. I don't think he's doing any serious drugs. I don't think he's a drug addict. I can't stand the guy, but I don't think he's doing any drugs. I think it's just publicity and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think so. He does look whacked out, but I don't think he's doing drugs. I genuinely think they test him for that stuff. And I don't think he'd be able to be as productive taking all those drugs because those are some serious drugs. So I don't think I don't think he unless I see proof, I don't I don't believe that stuff. See, and I don't even like the guy. All right. Let's talk about sectors that are leading and lagging. Do we have directional momentum right now? No. 26 stocks making 26 highs, 57 stocks making 52-week highs, 40 stocks making 50-day highs. Aside from a couple of large caps, which I will give you, I'm not seeing strong momentum developing. Yeah, I don't think he's doing drugs. I think it's maybe like, prescribed, but nothing, I don't think he's a drug addict. I think that he's way, way, way too smart for that. Just my personal sense. People usually on drugs are very unproductive. He's a little too productive. So I want to show you guys something. It's I want to go back. Let's go back 1 week. Bitcoin, communication, QQQ. Let's look at it right now. Semiconductors, Bitcoin, consumer discretionary, technology, communication, QQQ. No longer leading. They're no longer leading. They're no longer up here and they're no longer up here. 2 weeks ago, they were up here. I'll prove it to you. Look, 1 week ago, let's go another week ago. Look at May 15th. Look at May 15th. Look at May 15th. Semiconductors, technology, consumer discretionary, QQQ, retail, industrial too, and QQQ there too. All right there. Now look a week ago. Here. Sort of, but they're still up here in the upper end. Look at them today. They're all down here. Technology, communication, QQQ, semiconductors, Bitcoin, retail. Remember, retail was up here, down here. Not really great. Not really great. Not really great. Okay, not really great. So we have a lot of, we have more renewed global news. We have defensive stocks rallying. Okay, although I do like how financials are holding up. Let's see. Let's see. I do like how financials are holding up. Healthcare looks like it's starting to come back up a little bit. Volatility is still at 20 or higher. I would be very, very cautious today. I would be very, very cautious today. Extremely cautious. We may have some choppiness. Keep an eye on the report at 10 a.m. These reports 9:45 to 10 a.m. And also keep an eye on bond market, the bond market, which is down now over 1 point, which is going to put a lot of pressure on stocks, and the US dollar, which is now breaking level. Folks, one thing that's really important today, I'm going to post this for you right now. I'm going to post this for you right now. Here. There you go. See how we're right at the breakdown level? If we break this down and start touching this area right here, it's going to get messy if we break this red line right here. I posted it for you right now. I wrote, keep an eye on USD. If it breaks down, it's putting a ton of pressure on US stocks, actually global economy. But you guys all understand that. Okay, now let me give SMH. Oh, I haven't done SMH. Thank you, Jeff. Shoot. I wish I had. I wish I had something good to tell you, but quite honestly, same shit. Except keep an eye on the 200-day moving average and whether we break this. If we break the 200-day moving average on chips, we're going to go to the 100-day. I would keep a very close eye on that. Jeff, thank you. I forgot. Thank you, Jeff. Very important. Please keep an eye. Please keep an eye right here. Please keep an eye on this Yeah, I'm gonna post it for you guys. That's smart. Totally didn't right here. That's a good one, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody, you should say thank you to Jeff because I almost missed that one. There you go. Keep an eye on that right there. I think we're not going to break today. I think we're just going to kind of bounce. But again, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. By the way, did anybody last week make money or take the SMCI bonus trade and the Pan W bonus trades that I gave in the pit? Did you guys make money on those trades? Let me know if you guys made money on those trades. And meanwhile, I'll give you stocks that I'm looking at right now. We'll start with the short side first, okay? Yes, Palantir is still a buy. It's the first stock on my list. Palantir is the first stock on my buy list. Let me get there first. Keyhawk Fat, Pan W, good, 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 good. TLT, all right. Yeah, TLT, this is bad right here. And this is bad. And US dollar, very bad. All right, stocks to the downside. Musa. Isn't this Murphy oil? Look how it's breaking down while oil is going up. That's a stock I'll be looking at today, big time. You just have to check that it doesn't have earnings. But when oil is going up and Murphy's oil is going down and it's below this area, that's a good look there. Line. Good, 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 good. I'm just trying to give you guys some bonus trades till we get some real trades in. Line downside. It was not easy to find stocks to the downside today, which means we do have some resilience there. I would be careful with this one. I would wait for this one to break down. This one's not ready yet. Two's not ready yet. SQM. This one you're going to have problem with options, but you're not going to have any problems with the underlying, which I would recommend. It's pretty cheap. I gave you this one last week 3 times. Hopefully somebody is in on it. I gave you this stock at least 50 times in the last 3 months. At least 50 times. I'm not joking when I say 50 times. Putting you in timeout. Futures innovations. No spamming here. You're welcome, PIW7. There, let me post this here. One second. One second, one second. All right. LGIH. I don't know how optionable these things are. And folks, again, I'm having a huge session today, a 2.5 hour ProTrader Dashboard trading session today at 12. I'll give you a link in a minute. Now let's talk about the upside stocks, okay? Ringo, I'm telling you, I'm not into that SBET trade, man. I'm just not into that. Upside stocks, Palantir, Nice looking stock if it can take out this area right here. APH. You may notice that a lot of the stocks I'm giving you are the same stocks over and over again. You know why and what that means? That means they're still good and they were good. eBay, no day trading this stock. Too wicky. GE. Yeah, Alan, everybody loves the ProTrader Dashboard, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The stock aerospace starting to consolidate around here. Remember, we have 9:45, 10 a.m. data today. Roblox, how many times have I given you this stock? Should probably start taking it myself. It's consolidating really good here. ICE and CME, financials, fintech stocks. ICE and CME. Yep, that's what we're doing right now, Jeff. Strongest stocks and weakest. CME Group, nice clean trend, nice breakout above this area, nice triangle. CTVA. By the way, the stock that we still have in the trading pit, which none of you are going to mention, that would also be on my watch list, except we can't put it on our watch list because we're long. I love this stock, Cortiva. I love how it's breaking out right now. WRB, this is an insurance stock. I had it on my list for a while, and now it's coming back again. And RSG, let me give you two more. RSG looks good. All the garbage stocks are looking good right now, which is not a bullish sign. New York Times is breaking out. I like how it's looking. And last but not least, VRNA. So we got CTVA and VRNA, pharmaceutical stocks. All right, now, once again, folks, before I let you go, what is this? Hold on here. Okay, sorry about that. My wife has a little note for me. So what's the deal? Why should you come? Let me tell you what's going on. Today, in the VIP room, I am going to break down, and I'm going to spend 2 to 2.5 hours on this. 2 to 2.5 hours on this. I'm going to break down the ProTrader Dashboard. I'm going to talk about how to utilize it. What is the market doing and what's the major catalyst for the ProTrader Dashboard? How do we start with our watch list? How we pay attention to the major catalysts from this morning? How we use our watch list to gauge ProTrader Dashboard? The opening range breakout and why it's so important. Selecting the right candidate, liquidity, overextension, key support and resistance, morning trades versus afternoon trades and what I look for in the difference between them. Selecting the right option. Every step on how to choose stocks. And don't you think I'm not going to give you several while we're doing it either. All that is happening in the VIP room at noon today. It's going to be an extravaganza. Yes, I said extravaganza. And if you guys want to know how to set up the ProTrader Dashboard, if you guys want to know how to use it, if you want to know how to not lose it, go to Customer Service Live. I got to get to work. I will see you guys later. Please remember, we have some important reports today, and they're all dealing with manufacturing and construction. So keep an eye on stocks like Caterpillar, those industrial type of stocks, basic material type of stocks. This was a fantastic session. I hope you all had a great time. I bid you a farewell, and I'll see you at noon for a very extensive session. Capiche? And I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Bye. Be careful today, guys. It's Monday, and we're choppy, and I would say 70% bearish, 30% bullish.